What am I doing here? I can't remember. The salt block bracelet. I don't know, I just like everything about it. It's just so cool looking. And it worked, and it got completed. And it was a block of salt, and now it's a bracelet. It's not a practical bracelet. My wife wore it for about a minute and a half, and she said, yeah, it's too heavy. I can't see myself wearing this. But I don't care. It's awesome. And to see it come to fruition is, it's just a really good feeling. Lots of comments about destroying my shop with rust, and you are all right. I spent 2 hours out here after that build cleaning every inch of this shop, and I've still got a couple bits of rust. You know, I got a couple bits of rust on the table saw, but there was some rust on the lathe bed. But I mean, I get rust on the lathe bed all the time whenever I turn any acrylic. I did have a casualty. So after the project, I went for a week for training, so I was actually out of the shop for a week, and when I came back, I found the Forstner bit that I used, and it is so pitted and rusty. Salt can rust your tools, so clean it up afterwards. Hit it with a spot of oil if you're going to try it. Nobody's tried it, as far as I know. I haven't gotten any comments about, you know, completing it, but and I don't expect anyone to do that. That was pretty much a bonkers project. Then the next week, I participated in the Star Wars Challenge, which was just last Monday, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. It was really fun. The challenge was my idea, but I lost track of time, and my project didn't quite go the way I planned it, but it still went off. There was an amazing amount of participation, some really cool projects. Personally, for me, I loved all the projects. If I had to pick a favorite, I would have to pick Carl Jacobson's TIE Fighter. So, but if you get a chance, I'll put the playlist down below. I think there's 17 videos. Check them all out, see what you think. There's some awesome videos in there, and definitely worth your time. This was my project. I made a foam projector. I actually was down in Santa Clara at training, and I found this old projector in a tech warehouse. The warehouse is called Weird Stuff, and they just buy in bulk from companies that are going out of business. They buy their electronics. And this projector was from the 70s or 80s, I'm not sure. And it just sparked an idea, you know? Sometimes an idea gets sparked and you just want to follow it through. Even if it's not the right method, you want to follow that idea. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just the way I work. So, you know, I got it all assembled, and, you know, after I destroyed my first lens, I started looking around for other lens, and I wanted to use a lens from the projector, because that's where the idea came from. And so I picked this lens, and it's not the right one. Apparently it's a certain type of lens, and it doesn't focus the image properly. It actually gets really grainy. And so, you know, this lens that I originally had worked better, but I'm told that even just a cheap magnifying glass lens probably would have been preferable. And again, I don't know if this makes sense, but in my mind that wasn't even an option. You know, I wanted the story to be, found an old projector, took it to pieces, made a wooden projector. And anything short of that, to me, would have been not following it through. So, what's funny is this was supposed to be an all CNC project. I left the room for a minute, and I came back, and the spindle itself had plunged itself into the center of my project and was burning a hole right in the middle of it, and it just kept spinning down. And I don't know where it got the idea that it needed to do that, because that particular spot wasn't even supposed to be cut, but it decided it needed to bore a hole right through to Australia, and it actually bent the awl thread from pushing my Dremel against the MDF of the wasteboard. Yeah, so I'm not sure why it did that. I haven't had a lick of trouble with this thing since I assembled it, but yeah, it self-destructed on me. Inventables was kind enough to send me out some replacement parts. They said that they're going to expedite that, and I'll put it back together, hopefully. But a little surprising. Some projects are really cool, like like this or like my desk light, they just work for me. And then some projects are just, you know, this sort of stumbling from one issue to the next. But the idea was still interesting, and a lot of people seem to be interested in it. Last time we did one of these, I said that I lost my sticker from the Woodworking Maniac, but I actually found it. It was in my pocket while I was saying I couldn't find it on that last video. And, I also have a sticker from Paul Jackman. He runs a channel called Jackman Carpentry. He sent me a note. Thank you, Paul. And a sticker. So I'm pretty sure the sticker wall is going to be back here in the window. I'm going to get a piece of MDF. I'm going to paint it black, and then I'll just sticker the living daylights out of it. There's a stack of drawers in my shop, and they are all nails. And I have no need for a couple thousand finished nails. But if there was ever an emergency, and it was get a bunch of nails or lose everything, I'd be safe. What you can't see is right behind you is my next crazy project, and I'm looking at it right now and it looks like it needs some attention. So I'm going to go ahead and give it that. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.